Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Yasharala. Call Halonyam Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwathium that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaye coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 140 and verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of Dawadah, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. All right? This is a prayer from Malak Dawadah, or King David, for deliverance from the wicked, because the wicked are continually gathered together for war. In this particular war that's being spoken about in this video is the final one, right? And a lot of people, they just can't get it, right? They can't see what time they really in. And hey, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Harakah Kodash, if you can. Because if you can, that means the Most High is giving you a chance to be a part of the elect. Most High willing, if you're watching this video, you are. And you're doing the proper things and taking the proper steps to maintain that cause. All right? So, without further ado.
Sanchez, I want to tell you about a Senate intelligence hearing today with one aim, and seemingly only one aim: stopping China. Clearly, in the eyes of the men and women of the U.S. Senate, most of whom are older than dirt and see the world through the prism of the Cold War, China needs to be defeated because it's a threat. In fact, many of them still refer to it as Red China. So what exactly was this hearing about, we ask? NRS correspondent Farron Franzak has been going through the details, and she joins us now live to report. What do you got?
So I want you to remember three big things: intellectual property, the military, and something that we've never heard before, DNA. Now, you have Democrats and Republicans. They all seem to agree on this, even though they don't on a lot of other things. It was Vice Chair Senator Marco Rubio who kind of summed up all of what the threat is about China. Take a listen.
The title of this hearing is The Long Arm of China. The long arm of China is not some futuristic threat. It's already here. China is stealing between $300 and $600 billion a year. $300 to $600 billion a year of American technology and intellectual property. They hack into networks and they take it. They use venture capital funds to buy promising technology startups. They hide their ownership, by the way. They partner with universities on research, and then they steal that research, often research that whose seed fund came from the U.S. taxpayer.
Now look at the devil, man. Talking all smooth and sweet in the midst of his people, as though they don't do the same thing. As though they don't. That's how they even got this country, man. By thievery, by robbing intelligence, coming back and using that same intelligence against the people. Right? That's how they get down. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, and verse 21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right? This man is speaking as though this place, Babylon the Great, is so innocent. And they all do. They all do that. As though they haven't been and do not plan to continue on the tradition of this place of rape, robbing, and murder, lying and thievery. That's how they get down.
Force American companies doing business in China to give the technology over to them. And I think the other thing most people don't realize is China already has tremendous influence and control over what Americans are allowed to say or hear about them or many of the other issues in the world.
Gosh, that sounds like we're in the 1950s.
As though they don't do the exact same thing. For example, America is coming down on Russia, speaking about um, humanity crimes, right? In fact, this place goes to every country and brings up the topic of humanity crimes, right? Discrimination, right? Like how can you speak about discriminating against anybody, against oppressing any people when your system has been set up to maintain a level of oppression unheard of throughout history, to maintain oppression uh, at catastrophic levels, because you're not letting the people know who they are. You're spending billions upon billions of dollars to maintain secrecy. But yeah, you point the finger at everybody else for doing the exact same thing. That's why this place is gonna burn, man. It's hypocritical, right? It's anti-Hamashiach, right? It's anti-Yahweh. And so many people are trying to cleave on to this place and its ways, not understanding that the Most High got you in a trick bag. You can't see what time it is because the Most High is not allowing you to see what time it is. You can't put in your righteous work because the Most High don't have it in your heart to commit righteous works. But you can't see it.
Yeah.
That speech is exactly, if you're not as old as I am, but I
seen
felt like I
videos.
was listening to Joe McCarthy. I mean, that speech is a speech about Russia, about Vietnam, about Korea. Fill in
Cuba,
your
yeah.
Cuba, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, yeah, you're absolutely right. And you also had some other statistics that were thrown out there from the chair senator, Mark Warner, who says, 60% of trade theft is from Chinese entities. There's 2,000 current investigations of Chinese espionage, and then there's a new case opened every 10 hours. So whether those facts and details are true or not, we're yet to be seen. But one of the things that Senator Mark Warner did mention was that since World War II, the U.S. has led the world in technology and in military. Well, when you talk about the military, they were talking about how China is building all these new weapons. They're building up their Navy. We still have F-35 planes sitting on an airport because it's too expensive to fix them rather than to fly them.
See, the issue is this place is no longer the superpower. And we've been telling you this for the longest. But people don't want to believe it. This place is not the superpower that it was. This place is losing power. This place is falling. It's done. It is done. I don't give a damn how hard you hope that this place bounce back to normality. It is not, because it is done. This place has to answer for its crimes. It's a righteous thing that's going on. You need to see it that way. They have never answered for the atrocities that they have placed upon our forefathers, that they've done to us. No one has been held accountable for it. And now that day of reckoning has come. Like Malcolm said, man, them roosters is coming, they coming home to roost. Chickens is coming home to roost, however you put it. You know what I'm saying? They got to pay for it. Right? And I understand that you've been so used to being oppressed, right, that you've given up the fight inside of yourself, the righteous fight, right? But just because I understand it doesn't mean I agree. I'm speaking as individuals who don't know who they are, who don't operate in the spirit. If you operate in the spirit and you know who you are, then this is a whole nother thing. This whoa right here. This is it, right? We coming into our kingdom, right? And it's a glorious thing, man. It's a glorious thing, right? We coming out of this servitude state of being, and we coming into our royal priesthood.
But the one thing that really stood out to me, Rick, was It was more about what Senator Marco Rubio asked one of the witnesses, Anna Puglisi, who is a fellow at the Center of Emerging Technology. He said about national counterintelligence security, telling them last February, warning that China was collecting medical data and DNA data of Americans. Take a look at their exchange.
All right.
Why do they want the DNA and genomic information of Americans?
The next generation of both medicine and also biological research is the genotype to phenotype. So understanding what genes do. And so access to that kind of data, both their own and from other places in the world, gives them an advantage in figuring out some of those problems.
So they questioning China on why they trying to figure out or why they researching different DNA aspects and different, genotype manipulations and things of such, as though they're not doing the same thing. mRNA, right? They doing the exact same thing. I'm telling you, man, these people are seeing their world slip through their fingers. They see it. They see China advancing, and they see Russia advancing, and they see Iran not giving a damn. They see what's going on, and they trying desperately to cling on to that state of power, and the father is not having it, man. He is not having it, right? The elites been pulled out of this place. We told y'all that too. They been pulled their money out this place. They been changing their money from paper dollars to gold, silver. They've been doing this. Anytime, and I said it then, I'm going to say it again. Anytime the elite, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, take money out of a country and invest it in another, that country that they took money out of is about to fall. They are about to do some real deal Benedict Arnold activity to their country, because that's how they get down. They do not give a damn about anything but themselves. And when I say themselves, I ain't talking about them as a whole people. I'm talking about the family Rothschild, the family Rockefeller, right? The 1%, they only give a damn about themselves. They care less about what country is in control, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that's controlling the countries, because they are the ones that control currency, whatever that may be, whether it's electronic or whether it's paper, whether it's the dollar or whether it's yen, whether it's the euro, whatever. They control it. It's like a game to them folk, man. And we just pieces of paper in the game that they can easily do away with, use and abuse however they want. These are facts, man.
We know from their central government policies and programs, they emphasize the importance of next generation medicine, and that is a huge focus for them.
It sounds like something we should be doing.
I was going to say, but we're still debating whether we should wear masks or not. But you have it also where they want to then come to the United States. They want to take DNA from animals that have had tested positive for COVID and see how it's going to affect as far as our produce, poultry, all that stuff, as far as the things that we eat. But again, here they have us on technology now on the military, and now medicine they want to be.
And the point is not to encourage China or speak of China as if it's some honorable country, because they've got certain issues, especially when it comes to human rights. But the point is, everything that China is, we help them become.
Right.
We created the atmosphere and encouraged our businesses to go to China to get a cheap labor force. We helped China get where it is, and now we want to, say, you can't be there. You
can't be first place, you got to stay second. And mind you, it's just they're having a lot of these meetings to be like, look, guys, we're doing it. We're really getting tough on China. We're really following this up. And it's like...
And then we have to ask, are they really? Yeah. That's a good report. Thanks for following up on that today. Most people didn't cover that today, by the way.
All right. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 12. It says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief. Continually he soweth discord. Right? Let me see. Salat. Okay, froward, according to Webster's Dictionary, habitually disposed to disobedience and opposition. Right? Habitually disposed to disobedience and opposition, or adverse. Right? So the term for the adversary in Scripture is Satan, Hashatan, the adversary. Right? So Proverbs 6:12 says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with an adverse mouth, or a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. Opposition is in his heart. Adversity is in his heart. Your heart is your mind. Right? He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Right? Because this devil don't want nobody to be in power but him. And this devil, this is another key point. This devil knows the script. This devil knows that he is the last worldly ruler on the planet. He knows this information. Moab ain't next. Right? Them niggas is not next. Ain't nobody next but Yasharallah. And they know this, man. They know this. Right? So don't be fooled thinking that, you know what I mean, these other people finna get in power and y'all just gonna have to, assimilate or whatever it is. Nah. Don't be fooled. Script says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Don't say Moab. Don't say Ammon. Right? Does not say Russia. It says Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Right? So Proverbs 6:15 says, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. It's coming and they know it. So most I will in these precepts in this video were edifying. Call on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Harakakutash. Shalom Yashalom.